Holy cow, the sun finally came out. It quit raining for a day. I gotta take advantage of this. Hey there guys, welcome back to another Slightly Rednecked video. Again, my name's Chris. You guys that follow the channel know who I am. And usually I'm helping you guys to raise your own meat, eggs, and vegetables from your backyard, your balcony, your deck, your garage, or even a spare room in your house if that's who you want to do it. Today I'm working on getting some things planted. We finally got some sunshine. It's been just gloomy, rainy. I mean, just every day for the last week and a half. We got a pretty good storm yesterday morning, even a little bit of rain this morning, but it's dried up enough. The sun came out, 70 degrees. I just couldn't resist getting out here. I've been just completely swamped with work, so I haven't had any chance. Again, I apologize if I haven't responded to you. If you've left a comment, usually I'm pretty good about responding to comments. I try to respond to every single one of them, but I haven't been on responding to comments in probably the better part of a week. It's just been so busy with work. I kind of explained that in the last video, but today I get a little bit of a break. It's 5:30, so technically the end of the workday. I've still got some work to do, but I got to wait a couple of hours before everybody's done with their stuff so I can get my stuff done. So I'm going to get out here, get a little bit of work done. I probably should be in there answering your comments, but I'm not. Uh-oh, phone's ringing. Oh, I'm stuck on the fence. Okay, we're good. We're good. All right, so what I'm working with here is pretty simple. I'm going to do some measuring and things while we're talking. But basically what I did, let's see, that's 45 inches. I'm going to have to do some math in my head here in a minute. 45 inches, I got to remember that. So what I did was I just took a little bit of the dirt out of here. I bought a bag of garden soil. That's container gardening soil is what it is. It's got fertilizer and stuff like that in there, so it's a good refresher for some of these containers and raised bed type stuff that I've got right here. But I'm going to be growing lettuce and radishes in here. The whole thing doesn't need to be that dirt, just really the top layer. So I took a little bit of the old layer off, and I'll be able to use that in the bottom of my other containers because that dirt's kind of expensive and there's no sense in wasting it. Take a little bit of this off the top of here, put it in a container, and I'll be able to use, half the container full, and then I'll just have to fill the other half up with good soil for the containers that I use to grow, usually some herbs or carrots or, some of those kinds of things in, and it'll work just fine for that. Where was I going with that? I threw down a little bit of rabbit manure, which you saw, and then I put a layer of that good new dirt on top, or soil it is, it's not dirt. So I'm going to section this off. I plan on growing some lettuce, some spinach, and some radishes in here, make this kind of a lettuce or a salad garden, I guess it is. And, it's that time of year. It's early, it's late March, almost April. So it's a good time to go ahead and get those things planted. But I'm going to use kind of a modified square foot garden plan in this thing. It's not exactly square foot. It's 45 inches by, what do we got here? 31, well, if I measure the inside, 30, so 45 by 30. So it's not exactly square, but I'm going to use the same kind of principles for that. So I got to split this up into 3 sections basically. Actually, I may go a little bit less on the radish end because who needs that many radishes? But then again, maybe I'll just leave it the way it is. But now you can grow a lot of radishes in a very small space. So I think maybe I'll do that. Let's see, if I got to figure this out now. It's going to take me a minute here. So I got 45 inches to work that way. I got 3 feet. So if I cut that down, if I go, so let's see, 3 feet is 36. So that's, all right, so if I go 10 inches from the end here, that should give me, let me zip a screw in there. We'll see. Oh, it doesn't want to stay, but that's okay. Where's my, oh. Gun keeps catching on the fence back behind me. Here, we'll just set it in the dirt right there for a minute so I don't have to worry about losing it. Every time I move, it's caught up and hung up in the fence. All right, let's say 10 inches on the inside. This hose is in the way. 10 inches, that's right there. So we'll put a screw in right there. And I'll do the same thing on the other side here in just a minute. Now that gives me from there to there, yep, that's 3 feet. So I can do 3 sections, I think I will. I think I'll do some romaine in one of these sections. So let's do that. Let's just split these up into 1 foot sections. We'll see what we can do. How wide am I? Not quite 3 feet. So if I get 2 feet, I got 2 feet, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 inches. That'll be fine. All right, let me get a couple more screws in here. Hopefully this will make sense what I'm doing here in just a minute. All right, so what I've done, I just put screws in here, intervals. I think I went down 10 inches for the radishes because they don't need as much room. They can be planted pretty closely together. And then just a foot down from each one. So that leaves me 3 1 foot sections, 1 for spinach, 1 for lettuce, 1 for, well, I say lettuce, black Simpson, I think it is, lettuce, leaf lettuce, and then 1 for like romaine lettuce. My wife really likes romaine lettuce, so I'm gonna grow some romaine lettuce for her. And I eat it too, I like it too, but I really like the leaf lettuce for wilting with the radishes and some green onions. It's really good. But anyway, and I might do some green onions in here too yet, I don't know yet. But anyway, so what I'm gonna do is just, I'm just gonna tie a string onto these. You can kind of see how this works here in just a second. Let me get this tied. I should have done this while I was on the other side. And then it's just a matter of, I should be able to wrap it, I think around each section, like so. I think I'll be able to use 1 string, not have to cut it. Oh, I need to go up here is what I need to do. Keep it tight. It's just baling twine, so it's not super strong string. And then go around here, 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 here. Oh yeah, I did put screws. These are 4 inches apart across there. Wrong way. Wrong way. Keep going the wrong way. And then tie it off right here. And that gives me a pretty good grid to kind of plant into. I should have put some more screws in now that I think about it, but I'll figure it out. It'll be okay. There we go, that'll work. All right, so I got that on there. Now I got these planting grids I can plant into. Radishes can go about every 3 inches. So I know this is 10 inches, so split that up. We got 1, let's see, probably 1 inch, You should be able to get 3 in there. Those are a little closer than 3 inches, but I think they'll work. And then the same thing here. There. I'll plant a radish seed. There. I could probably go a little tighter than these if I wanted to. These are 4 inches, so I could get 1 on each edge of. You know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to plant them a little tighter. What am I thinking here? So we'll go up against the edge of this string, and then down 3 inches, and then roughly 3 inches down. That may not get one right there, but we'll get one up against the edge of here, and then I can go halfway and halfway. Yeah, that'll work. I say 3 inches. I'm gonna cram them in there just a little bit tighter than 3 inches. We'll see. Maybe some of them won't work. Maybe some of them will work. These are going to be about 1.5 inch spacing, I think. And right there. Okay, so that should give me, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13 times 3 is 39 radishes. Is that right? 13 times 3? I think it is. 39 radishes. Math isn't always the best. So let's get some radishes planted. I got a couple of different kinds here because I'm not sure how far my seeds are going to go. We'll find out. So what I did is I just basically just kind of guessed at it. Because I got this grid line here, I know this is about 10 inches, so I should be able to get 3 in there, about 3 inches apart. It's 4 inches wide, so I'm cramming 2 in each square. It's a little bit tighter than 3 inches, but I think it'll work out just fine. May just have to harvest a few of them a little bit early, and this gives me some room in case a couple of them don't sprout for whatever reason. So first ones I'm going to start with, these are early Scarlet Globe radishes from Baker Creek. Grown them before, they're good radishes. Let me stick a couple of them in there and we'll get going. And you guys have probably seen me plant seeds before, just about 2 in each hole. I don't need those holes that deep, so I'm going to cover them up just a little bit before and then just cover it up. All right, so radishes are planted. I had plenty of seed, way more than I needed. Radishes are fast growing, so I can harvest these and replant and probably get several harvests out of this before I give up on radishes and get sick of them. But all right, so on to the lettuce. Lettuce is probably about a 4-inch spacing, so I should be able to get 3 in each one of these squares. If I plant right in the middle of them, 3 in each one. Same thing with spinach, and honestly, I don't know which seeds. I got spinach and lettuce seeds over there. Bought them at the feed store the other day. They didn't mark the bag, so I don't know which one's lettuce, which one's spinach, but it doesn't really matter. Well, that pretty much wraps up that garden bed. I couldn't find any of the, what was I going to plant in there? What was I looking for? The lettuce, the romaine, there we go. Couldn't find romaine lettuce seeds. I could have sworn I had some, but I couldn't find them, so I'll have to pick some up from the store. So I went ahead and planted some cilantro in that last section. I love cilantro. I know there's like 2 types of people in the world, those that love cilantro, those that hate cilantro, but I love cilantro. It's one of my favorites, so I planted some cilantro in there. See if I can get that going. I'll pick up some lettuce seed, and I've got plenty of containers to put lettuce in. I always like to grow lettuce and radishes and carrots and onions and those kinds of things in containers or in raised beds. I think they do better in that loose soil. Plus with the garden fabric that I've got down, it's a little bit tricky to do things like lettuce and stuff like that where they're planted close together, and it's just a little bit harder to do. So that's why I like to plant it in raised beds. Always does really good in that loose soil in the raised bed anyway. Now, normally I'd be watering those seeds, but we've had so much rain lately. It's supposed to rain again in a couple of days, so I'm not going to worry about watering them. I'm just going to let, you know, God take care of it with the rain that he's bringing for us. It'll be fine. In fact, I'm just a little worried we might get too much rain, if anything. So they'll do just fine in there. But before I do close this video out, I do have something kind of cool to show you. If you guys remember, I don't know if you can see this in the video or not. I'll take you in close though. The milk jugs that I put out here, cut the bottoms out, planted the tomatoes in, looks like they're starting to sprout. I'm kind of surprised. We had a really hard frost come, was it 4 days ago? And I thought for sure that, you know, that's going to kill the seeds, whatever. And I went out and checked. They had sprouted already. I didn't even know they had sprouted. So not all of them, but a few of them have. Let's go in and take a look at those. All right, so if you remember, these are the, you know, the milk jugs, cut the bottom of them out. Planted tomatoes in the ground, like a little mini greenhouse here. Let's take a look. A couple of these, there we go, have sprouted. I don't know how well, I don't know if that's going to focus inside there or not, but you can see I got little tomato plants growing up in there, and I mean, I got 4 tomato plants inside there. Take this down close, see if it'll focus. Hopefully you can kind of see that. Looks like this one has 2. It's sprouted. And this one has as well. I was kind of surprised because, I don't know if you can see this, but I didn't get that taped shut very well. I mean, there's a big gap in there, but it went ahead and sprouted. I got tomatoes growing in the garden. These are the paste tomatoes down here. Last I checked, I don't think any of them had sprouted. Let's take a look inside. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything in there. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Paste tomatoes have sprouted. I got a couple in there. I don't know how well that's showing up on video. So it looks like just one of the paste tomatoes has sprouted. The rest of them haven't. But, you know, I'm kind of surprised any of these tomatoes sprouted, actually. It's been pretty cold. And like I said, we had a really hard frost come in about 4 days ago. So I kind of expected that to just kill everything off. But the ones that have sprouted look pretty good. You know, if they don't grow, it's okay. I've got tomatoes in the house started. I'll have plenty to replace them with if they don't grow. But I'm pretty impressed with that. I'm pretty excited about that. That's actually pretty interesting that experiment actually worked out. You know, honestly, it's been kind of gloomy around here lately, and you know, with this working from home, with everything that's going on, kind of being quarantined in the house, not necessarily quarantined, but kind of restricted to the house somewhat, it's been kind of depressing, especially with the weather the way it's been, all the cloudy skies, the rain, all those kinds of things. Oh, walked into the dark, didn't I? Let's step back out here. So I sure could use a nice sunny day like today. It was definitely a blessing. It was nice to get out and work in the garden just a little bit. Again, sorry, I've been a little bit unresponsive lately. I'll do better. I'll get back on track. It just may take me a week or two. Things are pretty busy right now, but I'll get back with you guys. Hopefully, I'll be free for the live broadcast on Thursday evening. You'll just have to wait and see. Unfortunately, just don't know what's going to come up until it comes up. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, God bless.